sent those women up into the atmosphere for 11 minutes. Now we know what a billionaire will do for 10 minutes of peace and quiet. When the spacecraft cost as much as the plastic surgery. And here we are using paper straw, and look at her. Can we send her back there again? Good job accomplishing absolutely nothing.
Oh, honey, what started off as a harmless internet joke has spiraled into one of the most explosive celebrity gossip storms of the year. Can you believe a meme song? Yes, an actual meme song stitched together from YouTube comments and Katy Perry's space-themed PR clips just caused all hell to break loose. It was all about her bizarre collaboration with Blue Origin. You know, the one where she floated around in zero gravity like a futuristic Barbie? Fans thought it was weird, the internet thought it was hilarious, and some genius decided to remix it into a full-blown parody song.
Well, it was very profound. I don't know if you've seen Katy Perry talk about it, but she's basically a guru now.
It's so cringy.
At first, nobody, not even the original creator, thought it would blow up. It was chaotic, random, and made absolutely no sense, but that's exactly why it worked. The audio was a mashup of Katy's robotic sound bites from awkward interviews, auto-tuned to oblivion, with AI visuals and clips of her floating aimlessly in space. Iconic? Kind of. Ridiculous? Absolutely.
You look ridiculous. Everybody looks ridiculous. This isn't a moment for feminism. That's a rocket that was designed, flown, and paid for by men, and you are simply baggage on that rocket. That's all it is.
And guess what? The internet couldn't get enough. Within days, it went viral on TikTok, Reddit, and Twitter like wildfire. People were remixing it, quoting it, making duets. It became the soundtrack of pop culture mockery. 10 million views, just like that. From a silly inside joke to a digital phenomenon. But then, oof, it vanished.
I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about this.
We're talking about it. We got girl bosses in space, and it's a tremendous accomplishment.
I am so embarrassed to be a woman right now.
The 11-minute space flight that was touted as some kind of divine feminine gift to humanity.
One moment, the video was trending with thousands of comments like, "This slaps harder than her last album," and "This is meme royalty." The next, it was gone. Not set to private, not unlisted, just obliterated from existence. Viewers refreshed and got that soul-crushing video unavailable screen. No warning, no goodbye, just radio silence.
The crew who flew in space this week on an automated flight by Blue Origin were glam. But you cannot identify as an astronaut.
Some fans swore they saw a now-deleted tweet from the creator hinting that certain people weren't happy. Others said a copyright claim might have taken it down. But with zero official explanation, the speculation got spicy. Suddenly, all eyes were on Katy Perry's camp. Were her lawyers already working overtime? Was her PR team in full panic mode? Because let's face it, when a viral meme drags your space PR stunt and makes you look like a walking, floating corporate hologram, you don't laugh. You call your lawyers.
Spent no more than 4 minutes of intense pleasure up there. Came back and talked about how much in love she was with it, how amazing it all was. And she's talking as if she's Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin, you know, landing on the moon, first people planting a flag. She was in space for 4 minutes. She's got longer songs than that.
It's just so ridiculous the way some of the media were covering it, the way they were like self-congratulatory. They've gone next level.
Fans were shook. Like, why kill something that funny unless it wasn't harmless at all? What if the meme actually embarrassed her team? In a world where celebrity brands are curated down to the font size on their press releases, a viral parody that cracks the facade is a straight-up threat. And when the video disappeared, everything changed. The meme wasn't just funny anymore, it was powerful. Katy Perry? Oh, she wasn't laughing. Not in public, at least.
I'm much better now that the ladies are back from space.
Thank you for having me. What were they up there, 10 minutes?
It's important as they beam this woman into outer space.
So did her team pull the plug? That's the question lighting up every gossip thread and Stan subreddit. No one has the receipts yet. But let's be real. When a video hits 10 M views mocking your most expensive PR campaign, you notice. And according to some so-called insiders, Katy's team didn't just notice. They moved. Quiet threats, warning messages, whispers behind the scenes. The message? Take it down or we will.
What were her findings? That's my question.
Well,
what
she
did
brought
she
a
learn?
daisy, which is super important. Shows you how quick the flight was. The dead daisy that's like snipped from its life source was still alive or still vibrant.
Yeah, and it's
Look at her.
always
Shout out Daisy.
But here's where it gets messy. People aren't just saying her team was mad about copyright. No. They were mad about the tone, the shade, the way this big budget space partnership, which was supposed to scream innovation and reinvention, got turned into a glitchy joke. One source even claimed her team called it defamatory. Official lawsuit? Not yet. But in the court of public opinion, the vibes were loud and clear. Someone was threatened.
I mean, watching Katy Perry kiss the ground when she got out, you would have sworn she'd been trapped at the space station for 3 years. I mean, it was an 11-minute journey, okay, from takeoff to touchdown. It's not like she went to Mars.
And just when the internet started dragging her robotic rebrand, someone unearthed an old promo of Katy awkwardly selling a space-steamed perfume. I mean, the memes wrote themselves. She wasn't Katy the pop queen anymore. She was a floating brand mascot in orbit. And still, from her team, silence. That chilling, calculated silence.
And the minute the cameras found Oprah, I thought Gayle King was bringing back some rare interplanetary minerals or something. Oprah's crying. What's she crying about? I mean, this is an 11-minute journey. It's the equivalent of driving around your neighborhood, Laura.
And that silence, it's screaming. Because when celebs say nothing, the public starts imagining the worst. And baby, they did. The video wasn't just a remix. It was a mirror, reflecting everything fans were already feeling. That Katy's sparkle had dimmed, replaced by corporate polish and deadpan delivery. And that's what made the meme feel dangerous.
Going to space was an incredible achievement 60 years ago, and now it's something that a YouTuber can do.
The way that meme sliced into Katy Perry's entire space-age image, it was savage. We're talking sarcastic YouTube comments, flashing across the screen like Katy Perry for president of Mars, and this is what happens when AI writes your press kit. Another one just said, "Somebody unplug her." Brutal. And yet, hilarious. But it didn't stop at jokes. This video was surgical. It showed Katy floating in zero gravity next to stock footage of 1,950 sci-fi women fainting. Then, the kicker, a slow zoom on her face with the caption, "When your label says this will save your career," yikes. People weren't just laughing at her, they were mourning her. The Katy who gave us Teenage Dream, who ruled pop with whipped cream bras and sparkly rebellion, was now being remixed into a corporate android. And it hurt to watch.
You are officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love.
Goodness. I will never be the same.
The worst part? Everything in that meme came from her own mouth. No deep fakes, no voice AI, just her real interviews, her PR clips, her space-age monologues, edited together into something she couldn't control. That's what stung. It wasn't slander, it was truth. Just dressed up in neon sarcasm. And that's the nightmare for every PR team. Not controversy, not even hate, but mockery. Viral, resonant, and undeniably funny mockery. You can't outspin it. You can't shut it down quietly. You either embrace it or you become the punchline. And sadly, Katy Perry became the punchline. Now, cue the flashbacks to every time she's been mocked and couldn't handle it. Remember the left shark debacle.
You know how I know that didn't happen, Megan? Because it's not something they could do, because they're not friends with Jeff Bezos, right? Like, the whole thing is a farce. Their message for women was take up space.
Super Bowl halftime show, backup dancer messes up. The internet loved it, but instead of riding the wave, her team reportedly sent cease and desist letters to Etsy stores selling Left Shark plushies. Felt plushies, y'all. The joke just got funnier. Left Shark outshone her performance. That was red flag number one. Then came Bon Appetit with Migos. That music video, an overcooked mess. Fans said it was tone deaf and awkward, like a weird MasterChef/Gaga hybrid that no one asked for. Katy went on interviews sounding hurt, confused why people weren't getting it. Instead of laughing with the internet, she tried to correct it. And who can forget her woke era? The 2017 rollout where she tried too hard. using black vernacular in interviews, making weird jokes about cultural appropriation. It backfired hard. But again, her team's response was clinical, over-scripted, and devoid of realness. No, my bad, just over-explaining everything until it got worse. So now, when a parody meme goes viral and disappears right after hitting 10 million views, fans know the pattern. It's not new. It's textbook Katy Perry PR. But here's where it turns from weird to suspicious.
You have never said to an astronaut, boy, what a ride. You know, we duplicated the same trajectory that Alan Shepard did back in the day, pretty much. No one called that a ride. It was called a flight. It was called a journey, because a ride implies that it's something frivolous or something that's lighthearted. There was nothing frivolous about what we did.
The creator of the meme? Total radio silence, not a peep. No follow-up post, no why I took it down video, no tweet, nothing. The same creator who was reposting remixes and responding to fans just days before, suddenly ghosted. Some claim they did briefly speak up. A now-deleted tweet that read, "When people with better lawyers start calling, you listen." Another fan says they saw an Instagram story, just the word complicated, with a zipped mouth emoji. Creepy, right? And that's when the internet fully slipped into conspiracy mode. Did they get served? Was a cease and desist dropped into their inbox with legalese thicker than a space helmet? Maybe not a lawsuit, but a threat. One of those polite but terrifying emails ending with, "We trust you'll do the right thing," or did the creator just panic? Going from 10K views to 10 million can be terrifying. Suddenly, you're not just a poster, you're a headline. And if your parody targets a billionaire-backed pop star floating in a PR bubble, maybe you delete before things get real. Maybe fear is the message. By the way, the video was gone, and the mystery made everything worse. But why did this meme hit so hard?
Katy Perry is not technically an astronaut right now. It's because none of the people in this capsule could actually operate anything. It was all being remotely controlled. So it was cool. They took a very, very expensive, very, very cool roller coaster ride that technically put them into space.
Because it didn't attack Katy Perry as a person. It exposed the machine around her. It mocked the gloss, the artificiality, the fact that her whole Blue Origin stunt felt like a brand campaign with a $1 billion budget. Not a pop comeback, a press release in zero gravity. The meme simply amplified the public's unease. Her space speech wasn't inspiring. It was awkward, robotic, buzzword loaded. And this remix made that awkwardness catchy. People were laughing, yes, but the subtext? Girl, who told you this was the move? The joke hit because it felt real, because everyone saw the disconnect. The Katy who gave us glitter and chaos was now giving sponsored astronaut vibes. The creator didn't invent the backlash, they just wrapped it in a beat and made it loopable. And when that video hit 10 M views, that wasn't just a meme, that was a reckoning. The moment the video disappeared, the reaction wasn't just loud, it was volcanic. And get this, it wasn't haters coming for Katy. It were her own fans, casual onlookers, meme lovers, and even other creators who had never even tweeted her name before. People who just loved a good meme and couldn't believe it had been yanked off the internet like some national security threat. And that's when the backlash began. TikTok exploded overnight. Creators started duetting with dramatic sobs, satirical eulogies, and sarcastic zoom-ins. Where did it go, queen? Who Twitter? Oh, it caught fire. Thread after thread, dragging her PR team, reposting saved clips, urging people to archive every last pixel. One post read, "They can't kill the meme. It lives in us now." And honestly, they weren't wrong. The Streisand effect hit hard. The harder Katy's camp allegedly tried to make the video disappear, the more famous it became. People were resharing it in fragments, remixing the remix, uploading duets mocking the takedown itself, and suddenly, the meme song wasn't just a viral moment, it was a full-blown movement, a digital rebellion. And it got even more personal. Longtime fans started openly questioning her choices. One wrote, "It bears for her. This just confirmed everything we've been scared to admit." Another said, "This is the PR coffin." And they just nailed it shut themselves. And then came the memes, because of course they did. Someone edited her Blue Origin footage to include villain voiceovers and evil cackling. Others added dramatic countdowns with captions like, "My music and my life." My last saw was the cease and desist. One tweet, "Katy Perry has declared war on fun, brutal." And still her team said nothing. And that silence, oh, it was deafening. Instead of offering any clarity, a tweet, a wink, a shady Instagram story, Katy stayed completely quiet. And in the gossip world, silence is confession. Because when the internet is roasting you for overreacting and you offer zero denial, you look guilty. Not cool, not calculated, just clueless. Even worse, industry insiders started whispering. A Reddit post from someone claiming to be an entertainment lawyer said this was a soft legal flex, meaning her team didn't technically break any laws, but made it crystal clear that continuing to host that video could land the creator in deep legal suit. Meanwhile, PR experts on LinkedIn started dragging the entire ordeal as a case study in what not to do with viral criticism. And the consensus? If you're going to threaten legal action over a meme, you better have a bulletproof case or risk turning your brand into the internet's chew toy. Even other celebrities couldn't help themselves. One alt-pop singer reposted a screenshot of the deleted video and captioned it, "Some of y'all need thicker skin." A comedy YouTuber tweeted, "Imagine trying to go to space and still being brought back to Earth by a meme song. Ouch." And though no one name-dropped Katy directly, the shade was unmistakable. Because here's the kicker. Her peers, the pop stars who came up with her, have learned to laugh at themselves. Gaga? She reposts memes like it's cardio. Taylor, she turned public shade into a whole rebranding strategy. But Katy, she freezes. She goes cold, controlled. That makes you look ancient. And worse, even Blue Origin, the billion-dollar space company she partnered with, has gone dark. No mentions, no PR statements, no defense. They don't want any of this smoke. And that brings us to the juiciest irony of all. In trying to protect her image, Katy Perry's team may have destroyed it. They turned a 2-minute meme song into a culture war. They confirmed every suspicion fans had about her being out of touch, overmanaged, and allergic to fun. And they did it by doing exactly what the meme mocked in the first place, trying to control the moment instead of owning it. Because here's the truth. In a digital world where everything is memeable, where parody is the currency of pop culture, the worst thing you can do is prove you can't take a joke. And that's exactly what this saga revealed. So could her team have actually forced the video offline? Technically, maybe, but legally, that's where it gets fuzzy. See, the video didn't sample her music, it remixed her interview clips, press footage, and public appearances. That stuff, it falls under fair use, especially when it's clearly satire. And in the US, parody is protected speech. But platforms like YouTube, they don't operate like courts. They operate on fear. They'd rather delete now and ask questions never than risk a lawsuit from a celebrity with deep pockets. So maybe there wasn't even a real claim. Maybe it was just a strongly worded email, one of those "we trust you'll do the right thing" messages that land like a threat in sheep's clothing. And for a creator who just went viral overnight, that's enough. They don't have lawyers. They just want to survive. And here's where it really burns. If it was a bluff, it worked too well, because now the ambiguity is doing all the PR damage. People aren't just mad the video's gone. They're mad that someone with power allegedly used that power to silence something true. And that silence, that lack of transparency, it's creating more heat than the meme ever did. Now people are asking, what's parody anymore? Is this censorship? Why are celebs so fragile? And the more they ask, the worse Katy Perry's brand looks. Because no one's saying she's a villain. They're saying she acted like one. Let's be real. This wasn't just a deleted video. This was a full-blown cultural event. A silly, low-effort meme song made from recycled press clips and sarcastic YouTube comments became the spark that exposed a truth many fans had quietly been feeling for years. He's ever heard of parody? Some industries aren't going back yet. And now, it's not about whether Katy Perry threatened legal action, it's about why it feels like she did. That gut feeling, that pressure was applied, that someone somewhere made this meme go away, is what's stuck in everyone's throat. And in a digital world, feelings speak louder than facts. Because here's what people are really asking now: why can't celebrities take a joke anymore? Katy Perry used to get the internet. She was goofy, campy, loud, and weird. She thrived in the early YouTube and Tumblr era. Remember the cupcake bras, the glitter bombs, the absolute unapologetic chaos? That was the Katy fans fell in love with, but somewhere along the way she traded glitter for glass. Every move started feeling calculated. Every promo sounded rehearsed. And this Blue Origin stunt, it was supposed to be a rebirth. Katy too, floating in space, redefining pop. Instead, it made her feel more corporate than ever. And the meme song, it just said out loud what so many had been thinking. This isn't the same Katy anymore. And that's the real reason this meme hit so hard, because it wasn't cruel, wasn't mean-spirited, it was just honest, hilariously, painfully honest. It didn't punch down, it didn't slander, it just held up a mirror, and what it reflected wasn't flattering. It was a pop star suspended in zero gravity, reciting PR buzzwords with the enthusiasm of a tech demo. It was a carefully managed rebrand that forgot the most important thing. You can't fake fun. When the video hit 10 million views, it wasn't just going viral, it was making a statement. It said, "We see you, and we're not buying it." That's why Katy Perry's team allegedly acted, not because of copyright, not because of defamation, but because the public wasn't supposed to laugh. And the second they did, control was lost. Let's talk fallout. This isn't just about a song or a takedown. This is about perception, and that shifted hard. Suddenly, Katy wasn't trending for music, she was trending for deleting a meme, for allegedly silencing something small and silly because it bruised her billion-dollar brand. And the more her team ignored it, the more the internet wouldn't. YouTube creators made parodies, TikToks exploded with dramatic recreations of the deleted video, Twitter compiled receipts, Reddit went into investigative mode, and even Substack newsletters joined the party, dissecting the entire timeline like it was a government leak. One headline, the meme song heard round the web, and the celebrity who couldn't handle it. Brutal. And remember, this wasn't a scandal, this was a meme. No criminal charges, no expose, no cancel campaign, just a funny song that hit a little too close to home. That's what makes this moment so fascinating and so damning, because Katy Perry didn't fall victim to controversy, she fell victim to truthful mockery. And when your reaction to truth is silence, ghosting, or alleged legal threats, you don't look powerful, you look panicked. So now people are starting to ask, who's next? Which celebrity's PR team is going to implode when the next meme hits? How many are still trying to control a digital world that thrives on chaos? Because this isn't going to stop. If anything, it's only going to get worse for celebs who still think it's 2012. Well, you think they can issue a takedown notice and the internet will just forget. Newsflash, the internet never forgets. And it definitely never forgives anyone who tries to kill a joke. So, what now? Katy Perry is still silent. No Instagram story. No subtle like, no oops, we overreacted, nothing. And that silence, it speaks volumes. It tells fans that the version of Katy they once loved, wild, self-aware, delightfully chaotic, might be gone. Replaced by a team of brand managers who treat memes like PR liabilities instead of cultural touchstones. But the truth is, you can't copyright your way out of being a meme. You can't algorithm-proof your image. You can't silence a culture that feeds on ridicule. And when you try to, you don't just lose the meme, you lose the moment. So, what do you think? Did Katy Perry's team really threaten legal action over a meme song? Or was it just one giant coincidence with a suspiciously well-timed deletion? Either way, let's be real. The damage is done. The conversation has shifted, and whether she meant to or not, Katy Perry just reminded the entire world of one universal truth. You can go to spite. You can't escape the internet.